Hello and welcome to Bloody Crusaders Red Guide. My name is Sushiro and in this video I'll be explaining all you want to know about Valiona Theralion, the second boss in Bastion of Twilight. For the setup of this fight we use the standard 1 tank, 3 healers and 6 DPS. This encounter has a 10 minutes enrage timer. The moment you arrive at Dragonkin room, you will have Valiona on the right and Theralion on the left, but don't worry because you only have to fight one at a time, since the other one will be airborne. Around every minute and a half you will have a transition phase and Valiona and Theralion will switch places, and by doing so their abilities will change too. I'll be talking about each of their abilities depending on the phase they are in. The first dragon you will interact with is Valiona. By doing so, Theralion will take off into the air. This will be your phase 1. During this phase, Theralion will be kind enough to do a Twilight Blast to a random raid member. This will deal damage to anyone that is 8 yards to the targeted person, so you're going to want to have your raid spread out. That is until Valiona does one of her main abilities called Blackout. Blackout is a magical debuff that Valiona will put on a random raid member. It lasts 15 seconds and absorbs 20k healing down to the target. When this is dispelled, it will hit for around 250k damage, but it can be shared with the amount of people next to that person with the debuff. This will be the only time that your raid members are going to want to get together at Valiona's tail and dispel fast, and after that running out to spread again so that all don't get hit by a Twilight Blast. Valiona's second ability is Devouring Flames. She will pick a random target and start a cast that lasts 3 seconds. You are going to want to be behind her before she finishes her cast, since she will cover the room with flames where she is facing. This ability is similar to the third boss in Grim Battle. After doing Blackout and Devouring Flames 2 times in a row, Theralion will start the transition phase by casting Dazzling Destruction. Dazzling Destruction puts a vortex on the floor, and after 4 seconds a ball of flames will hit it. If you get hit, you will be teleported to the Twilight Realm. If so happens, you're going to want to click on the big pink portal, while not touching the small ones. Theralion will do 6 Dazzling Destructions, casting 2 at a time. When Dazzling Destruction is finished, you will enter phase 2, and Theralion and Valiona will switch position. So in this phase you will have Valiona in the air and Theralion on the ground. At the beginning of this phase you are going to want to have 2 groups, one group all hugging the tank and rage all hugging each other. This is because of Valiona's air ability called Twilight Meteor. She will pick a random target, applying an arrow on his head, and send a meteor to that person. When reaching its target, it will do around 150k damage, but it will be shared depending on how many people are together. Now here comes the nightmare for your ranged DPS and raid healer. Theralion will cast Fabulous Flames on random persons, putting a void of flames on the floor, doing around 15k damage per second. So the moment you see Theralion turning around, you are going to want to start moving all together to one side. Here's a sketch of how we position the flames. You're going to want to position the Fabulous Flames like so, that way making the transition phase easier. Another ability that Theralion will do is Engulfing Magic. Engulfing Magic will put a debuff that will increase your damage or healing done by 100% during 20 seconds, but also dealing damage to all around him equal to the amount DPS'd or healed. This web we dealt with was making the person run to the back of Dragon, since Engulfing Magic has a range of 10 yards. Engulfing Magic deals damage of every dot or hot active, so classes with a lot of dots or hots be careful. At the same time you'll hear Valiona shout out to Theralion. This is the beginning of transition phase 2 and she'll cast Deep Breath. Deep Breath will cover 1/3 of the room with flames, and just like Dazzling Destruction you will get teleported to the Twilight Realm if hit. She will cover the left, middle or right, so try and pay attention to where she is before she casts it. During this phase range don't have to be hacked, since there are no more Twilight Meteor. Here's a sketch of how we try to position ourselves so that we can get out before getting hit by flames. As you can see, we divided the room in 3 and tried to stay close to the middle/side, making it quicker to move out. Almost forgot to say that Theralion will still keep casting Fabulous Flames during this transition, so don't forget to move if it's on you. Afterwards, if you survive the Deep Breath, which I know you will once more be faced with Valiona's ground phase. This cycle repeats with one little twist. Valiona's second ground phase she will cast 3 Blackouts instead of 2. The third one will be during the transition phase when Theralion is casting Dazzling Destruction, so your raid is going to want to move as one during this transition phase to soak up the damage. That's all of the mechanics to this fight. Here's the full video of our encounter against Valiona and Theralion and how we handled the mechanics. Hope you enjoy. As you can see, before starting the fight, you try and position ourselves as close as possible to Valiona, that way reducing the time we waste on running to her and getting more DPS as usual. So we pop our army of dead, our death knights like normal, because during the fight they won't have time, and then we pull. The reason we wanted to tank Valiona at the top is because of her transition phase. That way everyone just has to run in one straight line and it doesn't get so sloppy. As you will notice, we have a blackout right now and we get a dispel and we spread as fast as possible. You want to do this as fast as possible so you do not get hit by Twilight's blast. The first phase isn't bad. It's not really that heavy for the healers. The only things they have to worry about is the blackout, which is the only thing that really does a lot of damage to the raid. Apart from that, it's not really that scary as a healer. We popped Bloodlust at the beginning of this phase because we found it one of the only phases useful to pop it, and why not pop it with Army of Death? That way increasing our Death Knight's damage like normal and getting the nice benefits of it. As you can see, there goes another blackout. Keep on healing and panicking like normal. Here comes her Flames of Death, which you really want to be behind her, because if you get hit, you will die if you're not fast enough to get out of it. We also figured out if you know you won't be able to get out of it, just start running backwards. It will help a lot. Okay, now here's what I was talking about. As you notice, we had her at the top of the stairs, and her Dazzling Destruction will practically be going in a line, so that way it's easier for us to position ourselves. Because that way, as you can see, we're already putting everyone positioned together, and there we go. We are ready for phase 2. This is the phase I hate the most as a healer, because it just drains your mana badly. As you can see, we have those fabulous flames, so nice here of his, with engulfing magic afterwards. We found very useful to use light weapon during this phase, because while we're moving, the healers really can't heal anything, so whenever we get hit by fabulous flames, they'll click on the light bell and that will give the healers some nice time to relax. As you can see, we're trying to position the flames around the dragon, so that way when we go into the second transition phase, we have more space to play around and the fabulous flames do not get in our way so much. Almost forgot to say also is engulfing magic can also be chosen by a melee, but normally the dragon will always pick a range. As you can see, our priest went straight to the back of the dragon, that way not hitting us with engulfing magic, which is very good for the healers, because you do not want to get hit. Another thing to pay attention to, as you can notice here, you want to engulfing magic, you really want to run back when it finishes, because you might get chosen to get hit by Twilight Meteor, so pay attention to that. If you get picked, you want to run as fast as possible to the range group. As you can see, we're starting second phase. As you will notice on the hitbox of Valiona, you can see practically where she's going to be positioning herself before doing deep breath. This way, giving you time to react. We had someone calling it out, making it easier for the rest. That way, people wouldn't panic so much. And like always, fabulous flames during deep breath, which is a headache and a half. Okay, now we have Valiona on the ground. As you notice, we decided to tank her at the top of the stairs because that way we didn't have to worry so much about the fabulous flames. As you notice, we have our first blackout. We actually were a bit lazy of getting around the dragon. And right now she's sure going to do her flame breath, which is real pain. Anything that helps you run fast, just use it. I normally go Wolfie to make me run fast. Our Druid goes Kitty for sure, and it helps a lot getting out. So you can practically, that will help you at least finish your cast and you can move right away. As you can see, it's practically the repeat of the first phase that we did. Is practically the same. The only thing different will be her third blackout. So if we have two blackouts, she's going to do now her Devouring Flames, which will mark the phase to our first transition, I mean. There she does her Devouring Flames, everyone runs behind her like normal, still try to stay spread so you don't get people getting hit by Twilight Blasts, that way letting the healers at least get some mana back, or else, oh my god. As you can notice, we're starting our transition phase again, and like the other time you can see we're able to run just in a straight line practically, because we just have to keep on moving the dragon and we have enough space for the Dazzling Destructions. And as you notice, we had a blackout at the same time. The moment we dispel, we try to get everyone back into their original positions, you have range where they have to be, melee or hugging the tank, and you're back to phase 2, which is the nightmare for the healers like normal. Don't forget, if you have an X on your head, you move as fast because of Engulfing Magic, which hits like a truck, especially if you have a Warlock, Priests, a Druid healer, anything that has a lot of dots. This is a nightmare for the healers. A nice trick you can see here is our Druid using the buff in a way to help the healers out, say the Tranquility, which helped us very much with that 100% increase in healing done. He practically healed the whole raid for us, letting the healers be able to get their mana back. It's a very nice trick of him. And as normal, when you see Theralion turn around, you want to be running right away because you're going to get hit by his Fabulous Flames. Oh my gosh. I'm thinking he's a girl, although he does sound like a girl with those stupid abilities of his. Practically, when you're doing this the second time, you should practically almost have him dead. As you notice, we have on this video we have him doing his Fabulous Flames, and then you'll have Valiona doing her Deep Breath, and before she's able to do her second Deep Breath, if I'm right, we are able to kill the boss. As you can notice, there are Shadow Priest. Our Holy Priest got Engulfing Magic, which was with the melee, and he had to move to the back of the dragon. Melee can get Engulfing Magic, so melee try and pay attention and just run through the dragon to his back. As you notice, there we go, we have a few more Deep Breaths. Keep on trying to dodge. As you can see, she's going to do the side with Deep Breath again, and there we go, and perfect kill. Nice and clean and easy. I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you guys next time.